Welcome everyone to Crafting with Julia. If you're new to my channel, my name is Julia and I'm so glad you tuned in today. Project number 1, Faux Milkshakes. For our first project today, I am going to show you how to make a milkshake for a fake display. You can create simple milkshakes with very few supplies. Aren't they cute? These are adorable. In today's first project, I'm going to show you how to make these simple faux milkshakes. I made one in chocolate and one in strawberry. These are so fun to make and so easy. You just need a few supplies. So I start with spackling. This is lightweight spackling that I got from Amazon. You will need some type of glass. I got this from the dollar store. You need acrylic paint. Chocolate is what I use. Actually, it's burnt umber is what I used for the chocolate. And you will need a pastry bag and the star tip. And that's to make the whipped cream. You will need a straw and some kind of embellishment. I use these cherries that I got from Amazon. They are so real looking. You also need something to mix with, a bowl and a spoon and a wooden stirrer. So let's get started. So first thing you're going to do is we are going to take some spackling and we're going to put some in a bowl. So you want to scoop up as much as you need for a milkshake. I tend to make a little more than what I think is needed just in case. Because if you make a mistake, you can always scoop it back out, clean the glass, and start all over. So I do make a little bit more than what I need. Okay, let's cover that. Now I want to make a chocolate milkshake. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more in. Yeah. That should be enough. So I'm going to make a chocolate milkshake. I am going to use burnt umber. Pour a little bit over the spackling. And mix it really, really good. Make sure you mix it real good. You don't want any white streaks. Just keep mixing until you get all of the white covered with the brown paint. Now this bowl that I used has some indentations, which is not the best bowl to use. You really should use a smooth bowl. It's just easier to mix the mixture, to stir the mixture. Now these faux milkshakes are nice to just add to your display in your kitchen. You can also make it a centerpiece if you're having like a 1950s party or a rock and roll or diner themed party. It makes a great display. But I am just going to put it in my kitchen as a decoration for the summertime. I'm going to add a little bit more brown because I want it to be a dark chocolate milkshake. And these look so yummy, they look so real. And this is the ultimate diet milkshake. No calories. The cherries that I got from Amazon are unbelievably real looking. I am so happy with them. I have a link to all of these items in the description. Now, this is the consistency that you want. See, when you pull it, it should peak like that. And now we're ready to fill our glass. So you want to put a dollop in the bottom, and then with the wood stirrer, you want to pat it around the sides of the glass. So we're going to take the wood stirrer and you're going to pat it, almost like you're painting the sides of the glass. You want to make sure you have no air bubbles. So keep going over it until all the air bubbles go away. You want it to be nice and smooth. It has to look exactly like a milkshake. So see, I'm just painting around the sides of the glass, making sure I fill all the air pockets. See the air pockets? You should not have that. So you want to go around and you want to make sure you fill all of those air pockets. Okay, and you're just going to keep filling the glass. Keep going up the sides of the glass until you have it all covered. Just keep going around, painting the sides, filling up the air pockets. And I also find that different brands coat differently. I happen to like this brand that I'm using now. It's just a smoother one. And you can smooth it out really nice. And just keep going around. Keep going around. For those of you who already subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you will. And I hope you will join me on Instagram and Facebook. Those links are in the description below. See like I'm doing? Just go around, coat the whole glass. Just keep coating it. And make sure you turn the glass over, turn it around, make sure you get all of the sides. Okay, you just want to keep doing this till you get to the top. So you're going to continue going around, making sure you have all the air pockets. And now we're ready to fill the center. So where the cavity is in the center, you just want to fill it because that's where the whipped cream is going to lay on top. So you're going to take the rest of your mixture and just put it into the cavity there, and then you're going to press it down until it's flat. Just gently give it a tap, spread it out. Okay, and that's making your base for the whipped cream. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. I'm just going to take my finger and run across the top and get all those little pieces off. And I think that looks pretty nice. That's how it should look in the middle. Okay. And, just have a little bit more. I'll just add that to it. Okay. I think that looks great. Okay, we'll set that aside. And now we're ready for the whipped cream. You need a pastry bag. Now when you cut your pastry bag tip, do it in small amounts because you could always continue to cut. You can't add back. So I cut a little bit and then I put the tip in to see if it's far enough, and I can see that this is not. I'm going to need to cut a little bit more. And I cut it in little increments. Yeah, see, that is not enough. Need to cut it a little bit more. Maybe just a touch more. Yeah, that should do it. See, that's how it should look. All right, now we're ready to fill the bag. We're going to take the spackling and we're just going to fill the bag. Now, I want white whipped cream, so I am not going to add paint, but if you want chocolate cream or strawberry cream, you can add whatever color you like. You can add green to it, make it a mint cream. Now first I'm going to take a little bit of spackling and I'm going to put it into the center because I did not have enough of the other mixture. It should really come almost to the top because you want the whipped cream to lay on top of it. So because I didn't have enough of the other mixture, I'm going to just flub it here and put that in the middle. And no one's really going to see, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, you just want a little platform for the whipped cream to sit on. Okay, and smooth it around. Just clean the glass. Okay, now we're ready to fill the pastry bag. Now, I just keep filling the bag, and then when I'm done, I press a little bit out because there's always an air pocket and you don't want the spackling to come shooting out of the tip. See, so now I'm just going to give it a squeeze, let a little bit of it come out. Okay, and now we're ready to make the whipped topping. You're going to start at the edge of the glass, and you're just going to go around. Turn the glass as you're squeezing the bag. Just keep going around. So you're going to go outward and then inward. You can make it as full as you want, as high as you want. Okay, it should look like that. I want it a little bit fuller on the side, so I'm going to add more. Doesn't this look delicious? It's good enough to eat. Okay, now we're ready for our cherry. Now look at these cherries. They look so real. They're such good quality. Aren't they beautiful? Put that right in the center. And you have your milkshake. Put a little straw in it. And voila. Adorable. Project number 2, Faux Cake. The second project today is a piece of cake. No, literally, it's a piece of cake. I started out with sponges. These sponges I got from Dollar Tree. You need some acrylic paint. I'm making chocolate, and you need some spackling. You will also need a pastry bag, a paintbrush, scissors, and a template of a triangle. Now, like I said, I bought these sponges at Dollar Tree. They're yellow sponges. If you were making a yellow cake, you could leave it at that, or you could paint it a brighter yellow or darker yellow. I am making a chocolate cake, so I used burnt umber. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make a cake slice template, which I did, and this is just a triangle that I made out of cardboard. And you lay it on the sponge and just cut around to make your slice. Now, I wanted my piece of cake to be a very high piece of cake, so I am using 4 sponges. And I use 2 sponges per layer. It's going to be a double layer cake. Okay, so I end up with 4 triangles. And now I am going to paint the sponges. And this is so fun because you can make any cake. You can make a chocolate cake, you can make a white cake, a yellow cake, any color you desire. I am using burnt umber, and you're going to need a lot of paint because, well, it's a sponge and it soaks it up. Also, if you're painting a color, especially the chocolate, you want to make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies. So you'll notice as you're painting, you'll see there's going to be a lot of nooks and crannies. You want to make sure the paintbrush goes in all of those little holes. And you want to get all sides. This is so fun. This is going to be displayed in my kitchen along with the milkshakes. Okay, and now we're done. Finish painting the pieces. Now we're ready to cut the filling in the center. I am going to use white filling, so I am going to use white poster board. And I'm going to cut a few triangles. Now I only used 3 triangles for the filling, but I'm going to cut a little bit more because I'm going to make a couple of pieces of cake. And the poster board I got at Dollar Tree. And my triangle template I cut with my Cricut, so it made it very easy to cut a cake slice. So, like I said, I only use 3 pieces, and you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay, now we're ready to glue our pieces together. First, I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to glue the filling together. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue the cake. So I am going to put 2 of the sponges together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top of one and lay this piece on top. Okay. Then I'm going to take the filling, again, put some glue down, lay the filling on top, put some glue down again, put the 3rd sponge on top of that. Make sure it's all even. And And now the last one goes on the very top. Just like that. Okay? So now you have your piece of cake. And now it's ready to be iced. So I'm just going to take a paint stick, a craft stick, and we're just going to ice it like you would a regular cake. Now it's a little bit difficult because you're icing a slice instead of a whole cake, so it's a little bit difficult, but you'll manage. First I just spread it all over the top, and then I add a thicker layer and swirl it around. And you want to be careful not to get any on the sides. So you're just going to put the icing on the top of the cake and on the back of the cake. Okay, now I'm ready to add the piping. So the spackling is already in my pastry bag from the last project. Again, I'm using the star tip, and I'm just going to do a little bit of piping on the bottom and a little bit on the edge on top, making little stars like that. Okay? And that's what it should look like. Okay, now I think it needs a little something. A little fruit, I think, on the top. I think I'm going to use this strawberry and place it right on the top, just to add a little color to my cake. And it's done. Project number 3, Faux Ice Cream. Our third and last project is Faux Ice Cream. Now, I covered a piece of cardboard with foil, and I did not have an ice cream bowl, so I used a tuna can that I spray painted. And I just drew a circle on some cardstock. And I'm going to cut that out. And that's going to be the base that I lay the ice cream on top of. Now I do plan on getting an ice cream dish to display the ice cream, but for now and for this project, this is going to have to do. Okay, now I'm going to trace this on the foil because this will be my template on where I want to place my ice cream scoops. I will use this circle on the foil to know where they should be placed. Okay, just like that. Okay, you're going to need some bowls for each color ice cream. And I use some lightweight spackling that I got from Amazon. The link for that will be in the description. You need an ice cream scoop, and I like this type. You need some brown paint, which I use burnt umber. I use white acrylic paint, and I used pink and red for the strawberry color. And you're also going to need a little bit of flour, and that will change the consistency of the spackling. So first you're going to start by putting some spackling in your bowl. And I'm going to start with the vanilla ice cream. I'm going to put a little bit of white acrylic paint in the mixture. Now the spackling is white, but when it dries kind of like a grayish tone. So if I add white acrylic paint, that will make a more whiter color. And just make sure you get all that paint mixed into the spackling. Okay. And now I'm going to add just a little teaspoon of flour. And I'm going to mix that up, and that should give me an ice cream consistency. It should be like a cookie dough texture. Okay, just keep mixing and add the flour as you see fit. As soon as you notice it looking like ice cream, then you're done. Okay, we are ready for the first scoop. You want to load your ice cream scoop with a lot of the spackle mixture. Okay, and you want to put it on the edge of your circle. And just press it. See, this is why I like this kind of a scoop, because it makes the mixture come out way easier. Okay, so there's your vanilla scoop. Okay, now I'm going to add more of the spackling, because now we're going to make another flavor. So I'm going to add more spackling. I'm going to add the burnt umber, because we're going to make chocolate. a little bit. Mix that up. Add the flour again. I really hope you're enjoying this video. If you already subscribed to my channel, I want to thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you will. Also, I'd love for you to join me at my Creative Community Facebook page. That's a Facebook group that I started. That's where you can post your creations and perhaps inspire others, or you can just be inspired. And if I've inspired you to make something, I would love to see you post it there. Also, you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook. All these links are in the description box, along with all of the links to the products that I use. Okay, now that looks like chocolate ice cream. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. Just keep mixing. And this too is going to be on my faux dessert display. So I'm going to have my milkshakes, my cake, and my ice cream all on my display. Okay, I need to clean my scoop. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to load the scoop again. And we are going to place this scoop right next to our vanilla scoop. Push the lever, and it comes out just like that. Doesn't it look delicious? Okay. Okay, we're ready to make strawberry. We're going to put more spackling in our bowl. And now we're going to add a little bit of pink acrylic paint. And I'm going to add a touch of red. Reason is just adding pink makes it more like bubble gum than strawberry. Adding the red gives it that strawberry look. Just mix this all up. And again, you want to make sure there's no white spackling. You want to mix it until it's all pink. Just keep mixing. And if you're not happy with the color, just add to it, either if you need more pink or more red. And food coloring works just as well. Okay, Okay, keep mixing. I still have white that I see in there. Add more color. And adding acrylic paint makes the spackling more creamy, so you are going to add a little bit more flour, and that will give it the ice cream consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more red touch. Okay, now I'm ready for my flour. So I put in 1 teaspoon at a time, mix it up, check the consistency. Add a little more. Okay, we're going to scoop some out. And this time we're going to lay it on the foil, and it's going to overlap the chocolate and the vanilla, and a little bit more. Okay, scoop it out. And break off the pieces that are clumpy. It should look like a little ice cream scoop there. There. And there's your ice cream. Okay, so we're going to wait for that to dry. Then we're going to scoop it up, place it on the template. Now I put a little styrofoam in the bowl because I want the template to rest on top of it. So I'm just going to glue this to the bottom. And then I'm going to glue the circle to that. Okay. And now we're going to wait for it to dry. Now that the ice cream is dried, we're ready to put it in our bowl. Now I'm going to put a little glue on the top. And then I'm going to use my cake server to scoop up the ice cream. And I'm going to lay it right on top of the circle. Okay, and there you have it. There's our ice cream. Okay. Next time I will use an ice cream bowl, but for now, that's going to have to do. I appreciate you all for watching, and I hope you'll join me again for our next video. Happy crafting!